G'day folks. Welcome to a little bit of a Sunday update. Of course it's the Christmas holidays, so lots of free time to do things, and I've just been catching up on housework and setting things up, get my new TV in, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's pretty much all I did Saturday. I was just play games and enjoy my new television after I recovered from the night before. That was a hell of a live stream. That was like 2 AM I think it was by the time I got done. And yeah, sitting in the one place drinking scotch and talking to people, not the best thing, especially when you haven't had much for dinner. So I probably won't do that again, but I will do more live streams. We just be very careful of how much you drink, because you do get a bit carried away. It's probably the worst I've been for quite a while, but it was loads of fun, totally worth it. So yeah, thanks to everyone who saw it. It was very much a spur of the moment thing, that's why a lot of people missed it. But there'll be more, and I'll announce them. I'll try and do one maybe on the on New Year's Eve if I don't go out anywhere. More than likely not. There's usually too many yobbos running around town and that sort of area. I don't feel like going up to the city for celebrations. So more than likely New Year's Eve will be a Ed Systems workshop New Year's Eve like the last one, and that's not a bad thing. I'd much rather be at home just enjoying myself with my own music and technology and stuff than out in public getting subjected to police intervention for being drunk and that sort of thing. You can't walk around town once you've had so many drinks. You can't even have a drink as a passenger in a car without the driver and you getting a fine. It's kind of foobar at the moment, so I'd rather stay at home and celebrate than go out, and that's sort of why I just don't do it. I admit I'd probably have a better chance of getting a girlfriend if I went out more often, but to be honest, I've been there and done that, and most of them are complete annoying little mongrels. But you do occasionally meet lovely women. I do. Most of them are much older than me, unfortunately, so that doesn't work. But yeah, that sort of answers another question why I don't have a girlfriend. Been there, done that, and most of the time they just want your paycheck and to bugger off. So nah, not going down that road again. Anyway, as you can see, Old Faithful's out here now, the Proton LCD. I'm going to clean that right up, probably replace the noisy fan here, and give that to my sister as a Christmas present, because I said I'd find a good set for her. I don't want to spend $500 on a dirt cheap 42-inch or something and have it fail a year or two afterwards, or that sort of thing. Plus it's a lot of money just for one Christmas present, so I figure a gift of any kind is better than none at all, even if it's a second-hand high quality set like this Proton. And this is a high quality set, as I'll show you shortly. The componentry is very good, and this thing has done a lot of hours since I fixed it. Not a single fault, not a single problem. So yeah, someone would have paid a fortune for this back in the day, because you get 4-way picture-in-picture and all sorts of things. It's got more features than many cheap televisions do. And the panel's not too bad. And to be honest, compared with that one actually displays low-quality YouTube videos better. Mind you, it only runs in like 1280 by 720 widescreen. That one I can crank it up to like 2080 by 1080p full HD, and it runs perfectly, but the low quality stuff not quite as good. So I've got to crank the videos up to HD to actually get full quality, which is understandable because I'm running it in HD. But yeah, it's an amazing set. It's just amazing. I'll show you shortly. Yeah, LC46LE840X. A few little hang-ups. It was the last in the store, and it had been on demo for a few days, so it was out of the box, and unfortunately they didn't put the remote in with it, so I've got to go back on Monday and get the remote, which is a bit unfortunate because I can't set the display parameters for monitor use, because the monitor, like the start bar, will be down here, and I can't quite see it. I can work it. I know where the icons are, but I can't see the start bar because I haven't set it to the right thing, and I need the remote to do that. But apart from that, absolutely stunning set. Yeah, there we go, got PC and monitor setup. As you can see, nice slim monitor. This is a full array LED backlight too, not a regular edge lit. And I'm running Alex 993's donation, which was a GTX 460 overclock edition, I think. I think it's a 460 or 480 NVIDIA card with the legacy beta drivers for Far Cry 3, so you get like almost an extra 30 frames a second out of it, which is fantastic, especially on an old clunker like this. This is only a early dual core AMD. It ain't that fantastic, but it's still doing damn well. Yeah, Steam sales are on too. yes, Dishonored, there's something. 50% off, $39.99. Get that game. Get it. Play it. Get it. Awesome. This isn't quite my game of the year. Far Cry 3 is my game of the year. But Dishonored, definitely worth it. Warhammer, anything Warhammer's fun. What's that, $9.99, Dawn of War. Don't waste your time with simulators like that. By the time you buy all the DLC for a train simulator, I think someone worked it out to be about $2,200 worth of DLC for each train package. Now that's money grubbing. Anyway, what was I doing? Yeah, Far Cry 3 is well worth it. Well worth full price, just like this TV. Like, don't pay recommended retail of like $2,200. If you can find them for like $1,300, or in my case, I think it was just over $1,200 at basically cost price because it was a demo unit. Yeah, buy one. Definitely buy one. If you have to treat yourself or your family to a new TV this year, don't get an LG or a Samsung or something cheap. Don't be fooled into getting a 55-inch LG for the same price. Get a 47 sharp Aquos, because the panel's just so much better. I've tried both of them, and this just shits all over the LG. What was I doing? Fallout New Vegas, Dead Space, Black Mesa. I haven't even finished this yet because I was just getting chronic eye fatigue trying to run it at high speed on a 21 millisecond panel. Now, 21 milliseconds is the pixel response time. Your average cheapo old square LCD had an 8 millisecond response time. 2 milliseconds for the more modern little widescreen, like 20-inch widescreens. So 21 millisecond was just painful. But this is where it's at. If you want to play games on a big screen, get a nice fast 200 Hz full HD panel. And likewise, this comes with powered 3D glasses as well, as you can see here. Yeah, so I haven't even tried it yet, but when I get the remote out, I'll do that. Only thing is, this PC struggles for load times, especially on Black Mesa Source. It takes forever to load. Waiting. Yeah, the panel even has a 7-star energy rating. That's pretty good. Yeah, Japanese panel, HDMI, multiple inputs. There's about 6 HDMI inputs. Yamaha audio engine, true surround. Mind you, I'm using my own amplifiers and things. Yeah. Aquos Net gives you access to Facebook and everything straight off the TV. You use your ADSL router. Also gives you access to YouTube. I can browse YouTube using the TV without the PC. But since it's on PC, it doesn't really make any difference. But if you don't, you can. Yeah. It's going to take a while, but this game crashed yesterday, so I haven't gotten past the crashed bit. Just one of the loading screens in Blast Pit, it just crashed and stopped. And that's about as far as I've gotten. So yeah, what can I say? Amazing television. But that's what I've got to try and get into to work out the PC image thing, try and get rid of that cropping around the edges. But I can get up to the menu where it lets me select wide mode, but there's no select button on the buttons on the side of the panel, so without the remote you're completely boned. Ethernet info, set up, all that stuff. Wide connection, or you can stick a wireless stick in it. Yeah, this is the future of television. I won't even have an antenna on this. I don't have a decent antenna to pick up HDTV anyway. Plus I can't stand it. I can't stand the news and the bloody free-to-air channels and things. Ooh, left-hand mousing. But yeah, as you can see, the picture is just amazing. It's it's still half loading at the moment, but you don't get... If I were to do this on the other panel, there'd be horrible screen tearing. There's still a bit of artifacting and breaking, but overall it is 1,000 times better than the last panel. Oh look, it actually loaded me through. It must have crashed just after doing the autosave and load, so that's good. The game isn't completely broken, but like I said before, pretty amazing. Well worth the money. Go get one, kids. Nag your parents, pinch their credit card, do whatever you have to. Get a sharp Aquos for Christmas. And then give the old monitor away as a Christmas present for someone else. That's what the old 40-inch Proton's going to be. My sister wants a decent television, so she can have that one. But she only plays Xbox 360, so you don't need a set like this. You don't really anyway. I mean, it might look a little bit better, but overall I'd say you don't need a top-end set just for an obsolete 7-year-old console. PS4 or maybe Xbox 720 or whatever they call it, then you'd probably need a panel like this, but for now I wouldn't go out of my way to do it. Anyway, see, this thing's always changing its own brightness level. I think it's because I'm too close to it, and it's got a little magic eye that detects light level. So again, I've got to rearrange everything in this room, get rid of that computer desk. Yeah, TV's going to be over there, and I'm going to have those speakers on pedestals. They're not even connected anymore, so the place is a bit of a mess, but I'll work it out. And my little facehugger pet needs to find somewhere to live too. The old one used to live on the top of the old panel, but the problem is the old panel had a thick bezel on it, so there we go. The original plush facehugger. We don't want him running around the room in the middle of the night, nor do you want this bastard. You can tell I like my sci-fi stuff, but of course the place needs a very good clean up because there is just junk everywhere. Well, particularly that corner. I've let that get way out of hand. Anyway, enough rambling. I should spend more time in here over the Christmas holidays instead of the workshop. Clean up, put stuff away. Yeah, one thing to remember about these panels is they also have 4 colour pixels. You got red, green and blue like normal television, and then you also have yellow. So you do get very good flesh tones on it, class leading. Yeah, they're an amazing set. That's the full features list there pretty much. So again, well worth the money, go get one. And they're not too expensive compared with what some of them are worth. I mean, it's half as much as getting a dirt cheap car on the road. I'd probably spend $2,500 to $3,000 getting that little Daewoo on the road. This set was maybe a third of it. That's pretty good. Can't justify getting the Daewoo on the road, so that's going to end up as pieces. But yeah, at least enhance the video gaming and display thing in my room. Good. I'll find a use for that box or cut it up. One mistake people make is they throw the box out on the front nature strip for pickup. And of course every crook in the neighbourhood sees they have a brand new TV. Guess what happens? New TV goes missing. Don't throw expensive equipment boxes out on your front nature strip. Yeah, let's get this thing up on the table and give it a good clean up. Not that security is an issue around here. I can generally know, even if I'm out of town, I know if something's going on now. But yeah, don't recommend it. Okay, well that's the Proton set out of my bedroom after a quick dust down. Being a fan cooled unit, it was getting a fair bit of dust build up around here. Mind you, I never put the back cover on. It's just been running like this the whole time. And again, it doesn't give a shit, so it's not a bad thing. Yeah, they're good quality unit, good quality panel. What else can I say? They're a good set. LG Philips panel, LC370W01. It might be a 37 inch. I always thought this was a 40, but it does look a bit small. So yeah, 37 inch I guess. The fans aren't too bad, but they do get noisy at times, so I'm going to try and replace them if I've got them. These are Sunon Maglev fans. So yeah, I'll have a look through my inventory and see if I've got some. But these are PWM controlled or multi-speed. So I do need to find the correct ones with the correct pin outs. But overall it does work fine. I've just got to put it all back together again. Even the tuner board was still floating around. I was really lazy with this one. But again, the caps look good. The repair that I did was in here. I replaced that cap, and there's a diode down in there too, which is still fine. The diode was burned out to the point where it burned the PCB, and the owner probably smelt smoke and just put it outside, so it ended up on the curbside. So yeah, I replaced the cap, that one, those two there, that one there, a few other bits. just for the hell of it. The only thing that really needed replacing was the cap and the diode. The 5-volt reg was fine and still is fine, but they're a good set. We've got Pixelworks chipsets, PW181-20V, and that's a PW1231A. What's that one there? Jepico. Yeah, good stuff. 720p ready, sorta HD set, I guess you'd call it. Not really a true HD, but oh well. I'll give this thing a good clean up, put it back together again and give it a test run and she'll be right. But yeah, not a bad set. Reasonable quality parts. Most of those are Nippon Chemicon caps. The green ones, I can't remember what they are, but again, they're not too bad. They're not dirt cheap stuff which you see blown out all the time. And again, you can usually tell because they look cooked or the tops are blown out, but again, sometimes you just got to get the meter out. But to be honest, I'm not going to touch it because there's nothing wrong with it. No use playing around with it if there's nothing wrong with it. But the only thing I'm going to do is take the fans off and clean them and possibly replace them, or at least lube the bearings. But if it does become a problem, I'll replace them. So there's inverter power, T-Con's under there. There's connection straight to the T-Con board. Yeah, not a bad set. Very expensive. At least they were. And of course it's got card slots and things on it. SM card, CF card, MS, SD and MMC. Well, everything's working as usual. It's just searching for signals because everything's unplugged at the moment, but that's the noisy fan. At least I think I have one of these on the shelf. A maglev with the 3 wires on it. I might have one of these, but this one's quiet. This is the noisy bastard. This will sometimes start rumbling and carrying on just at random. Yeah, I'll try and replace that before I put the cover on. But overall the whole thing's working fine as usual. See the backlight through the peepholes. Yeah, it's not the panel on the Samsung, I'm pretty sure. Definitely not the backlight. And yeah, T-Con board's just not putting out enough power for the left-hand side of the screen. So yeah, that should be a nice easy fixer as well. But again, not a bad set. I kind of miss this thing, but I don't know, the more the brand new one grows on me, the more I won't miss it. I won't miss the blocky, old, slow pixels. Yeah, that's working. Just airflow out that way. It's just pulling air up through the back of the panel, through all these gaps, and just drawing any heat away from T-Con, and drawing heat away from the inverter board for the backlight. Funny thing is, this side doesn't get one. Mind you, it's probably all to do with the steel shielding that goes over it. There's pieces of metal over here that have to go back on, and the back cover. Let's get it back together again. Oh, there we go. I've got a fan out of a LG plasma TV that'll do it. The air output's about the same compared with before. It's not quite as thick, but I just don't have an original matching maglev fan to go in there. So yeah, that'll do for now. I'll solder and heat shrink these connections and away we go. Put the back cover on, tidy everything up, give everything a really good clean down, and yeah, perfect for gifting to my sister, my youngest sister anyway, Andrea. She's been looking for a TV for a while. I know Sam and her boyfriend have a 50-inch Samsung plasma or something like that, but Andrea's only got a little 19-inch LCD to try and play Xbox on, and I can't blame her for getting frustrated. 19 inch is just not acceptable these days. It's got to be 37 to 40 inch or so above to be really of any good. Okay, well that's done it. Nice and clean. Bit of methylated spirits on a clean cotton rag just to clean the panel. I think there's a couple of tiny spots, maybe a couple of tiny scratches, but overall that's in top condition. So yeah, it's done, and it's finally back together again for the first time in quite a while. I think I might have accidentally thrown out the plastic panel that covered this up, but to be honest, you don't really need it. It just covers up where the plugs go in, that's all. It's just a square, rectangular piece of plastic that clips in over it. And that's just for the antenna connection. I don't think this has a HD receiver in it. I think it's like pre-2006, like 2005 or even 2004. But a HDTV box works very well on it, so it's a good set. I'm going to wrap it up in the polycell foam bag that the new one came in and put a red bow and tie on it, and that can be a little present for my sister. I'm sure she'll love it. Yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. I've done a bit of work on the Westinghouse and other things. I just want to get the pulley in the tank and de-rust it and mount it back up. And likewise, there's something in here which will interest the vintage audio enthusiasts. I haven't even opened it yet, but that is an old reel-to-reel player. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. It's getting awfully hot out here. It's about 40 degrees Celsius.